All right, so today we're installing a floating anchor. A floating anchor is something that you might want to install in a branch that you're not going to go to or don't want to get to, or you might want a retrievable anchor. So basically it's a pulley with a rope through it, installed in the tree somewhere that you don't have to access and you don't have to drag your rope up. The groundies can do all this by themselves. It's a very handy technique. It's called a floating anchor, and that's what we're going to do. So we've already installed climb line. Now we're going to get the throw cube and we're going to throw a rope up. That's a good one. Put the throw cube out in front of us, clear all the sticks away, and get it first shot. Damn it! Get it. Second throw. Yes. Okay, so we've got this installed. We'll now go ahead and install our floating anchor.
So what stage are we up to with the anchor?
Okay, so what we're going to do first is pull a rigging rope up over a high point. We're not doing anything majorly large today. Actually, we're not doing anything very big at all. So the first thing we want to do is pull the rope up over the branch. If you're pulling a rope up over a branch, it's not going through a cambium saver. You generally don't want to tie it onto the very tip. You want to do, say, a clove hitch down here, or a marlin spike, whatever you prefer, but something that's relatively taut, that's not going to come undone. And then you want to do a few half hitches, which is basically twisting the rope and poking it through so it's just a twist, just like that. And then what you want to do is you just want to leave it there. If you leave a little bit of a tail in the end, when it comes up over the branch, it kind of, if you yank it enough, well, I'll do one a little bit closer to the tip because I'm not going to pull that aggressively on my arm. So when it comes up, it kind of ends up flopping over like that, and it's less likely to get stuck on the branch. If you tie it just to the tip a lot of the time gets stuck. So I'll probably take that end one off and have this will just flop over. Okay, so we'll pull this up. Now I'm pulling it up a particular side of the branch because I want the pulley to be on the other side and I don't want to pull this whole rope through the tree. So this is the end I'll tie my pulley onto. Okay, so I've got my rope out one side and I've got a tail here. So now I'll get my pulley and I can tie my tail onto this. So the kind of knot that I want to tie is something that won't come undone. So I'm just going to tie a bowline with a Yosemite tie off. There we go. Any extra tail, just get rid of it. You can tie stopper knots in these, but I don't really like stopper knots myself. So that's out of the way. We've got that. So now we can pull that up to the top of the tree. However, before we pull it up, to save the climber having to go out to it, we'll put our rigging rope through. Like I said, it's very small stuff we're doing today. And I can pull it through a certain length. I can look up there and I can go, okay, I want the tail hanging down a certain length. So if I get this pulley, pull it out to here, what I can do then is tie a marlin spike the other way. Tie a marlin spike, and that should sit there in the pulley. It's not a very thick rope, so it's probably going to pull through, but that's the idea. You tie a marlin spike there, so when the climber gets to it, they don't have to come right up here. They can go to the tail, and they can just pull this and yank it out. So now that's all set up, ready to go. We can pull that to the top of the tree. Have it sitting wherever we need it to sit, and then we can tie it around the base of the tree. And now, as you can see up there, the pulley is installed over a natural crotch. So we've built ourselves an artificial crotch, meaning the pulley, and it's retrievable. So we'll call that a floating anchor, and we can now base tie this around the tree here. So if few ways you can base tie this. Everyone has their preferred method. When you've got a double rope like this and a very long rope, I don't want to carry the bag around over and over again, so I'm just going to do a very simple knot. I could put a porter wrap on it, but we're going to have porter wrap on the rigging rope. Ugh.
So what are you doing? Lift it.
Just moved it around. Just getting a bit of tail out.
What's this called?
I'm just going to do, you can do any knot down here really. I can do a bowline if I wanted. But I'll just do a timber hitch. Always wrap up with a timber hitch. Must go a minimum 5 wraps around the tree. Which we're doing a lot more. And then, if you're a bit paranoid, just put a half hitch around that. Or you can get a paranoid clip and clip it on. So, there we have our pulley system installed in the tree. So our anchor's at the top, base tied here, we can retrieve it from the ground, ready to go. All right.